Greetings, sons of Gilliman, and welcome to Space Marine 2.
Hey, buddy! Fucking perfect parry on a lictor ambush.
This video serves to help you maximize your survival, so that you may further purge the Xeno scum in the Emperor's name. The first part of this video will go over how the health and armor system works to encourage aggression, before delving into specifics on how to take advantage of these systems, and capping it all off with some tips that I've picked up in my experience so far. You have health, you have armor. Armor is split up into segments. The amount of segments you have, depending on your class, or in campaign, depending on difficulty. Upon taking damage, armor depletes before health. Gunstrike or execution kills will regenerate one armor segment, as will parrying a standard Minoris attack, as they just turn into a red mist. Various perks allow armor regen in other ways, such as Assault being able to regen armor off of any gunstrike, even if it doesn't kill, but generally you need to kill to get armor back. Once your armor is gone, any damage will take away from your health, and you will see red turn to white before the white fades down to the red. The white segment is your contested health. Any damage you do will regenerate your contested health, even just shooting. Executions will regenerate all of your contested health. But don't slack, contested health fades quickly. These mechanics are to encourage aggression, to always push forward, and to always fight. The Bulwark class is a perk for their banner that causes all allies within range of the banner to max out their contested health. Timing this properly with an execution will fully heal yourself, a squad mate, or all three of you. This, however, will not heal a mortal wound. Mortal wounds require a medic stim to heal, as you need to heal over your max health to heal it. Bulwark's ability will get you to max health, not over it. Probably the biggest tip I can give to anybody is you can parry all blockable melee attacks. If it does not have the red prompt to say it is unblockable, you can parry it. In fact, many blue prompt attacks have follow-up attacks with no prompt, probably to subtly suggest to you that you should parry those attacks as well. If you're being swarmed by Minoris, time some parries off of their basic attacks to regen armor. It's basically free if you have a fencing weapon. Small aside for the defense type here on melee weapons. Fencing and balanced defense type have different perfect parry frames and timings. Block has no perfect parry. Also, not all perfect parries will immediately allow for a gunstrike. Some combos require multiple perfect parries for the combo to be broken, typically for extremist enemies. In fact, I had an epiphany not too long ago that this game has parallels with everyone's favorite rhythm game, Sekiro. And no, I will not elaborate further. Gunstrikes do not have iframes, or invincibility frames, potentially for balance reasons. Really, most animations lack iframes. If you hit a switch, press a button, press each eye, those, if you get hit, you take damage normally. I believe the only animations with iframes are dodges and executions. There are slight differences in the audio prompt for unblockable attacks and parryable attacks. It's subtle, it's there, but you do kind of have to listen to it. Barbed stranglers fucking suck. These things. You can shoot the sack in the middle to get rid of them, but more importantly, you can shoot the guys that shoot them. They have a droopy gun. It looks kind of disgusting. You should cave their skull in immediately. Weapon tiers do matter for difficulty. Don't go into a ruthless or lethal with an unupgraded weapon. You'll have a bad time. It will genuinely feel like a Nerf gun or a Nerf bat. It doesn't do anything really. Though obviously that means weapons do get better with upgrades and perks. So if you're using a weapon and it feels a bit weak and underwhelming, maybe stick it out, maybe get some upgrades on it, and it might feel a lot better. A prime example, at first I thought the Heavy Bolter was a bit underwhelming when compared to the Multi-Melta and the Heavy Plasma Incinerator, but I kept using it, and now that I got it relicked, it feels pretty good. I enjoy it. Locking onto an enemy shows the approximate health that they have, shown by this icon here. Each point represents 1/3 of their health. And while locking on can be very helpful for keeping track of specific enemies, do be wary of locking on when in large groups, as it just gets annoying and fucky with the camera, so I just don't lock on if there's a shit ton of dudes. Tagging enemies so that they get the red outline is extremely helpful for tracking them, especially when there's a shit ton of Hormagaunts or whatever on screen. It gets chaotic. So especially if you have a sniper or something, start tagging enemies. Use the environment. This game has plenty of explosive barrels scattered around all the maps. Also, Kadaku flowers explode. These explosions will stagger your allies, though it won't damage them, from what I've seen. This game just seems to have an overall lack of friendly fire. Will this change in the future? Maybe. But as of now, there's just no friendly fire, just friendly stagger. Also, Chaos Cultists die when you walk into them, and I find that funny.
Enhanced tactic ready. All heretical forces eliminated.